Thank you guys for tuning into the Sistas Talk podcast. I'm your host, Danny M. And today we have a very exclusive segment with special guest, Tomea. And so for those who may not know who Miss Tomea is, she has a song out right now, guys, called Somebody Lied. And I just encourage you to go right now on YouTube and play that song. Type in Tomea and type in Somebody Lied. Let me tell you something. That very song, guys, is featured on Tyler Perry's hit show, Sistas. Now, you know it's a perfect alignment, right? Because this is a Sistas Talk podcast. And Miss Tomea, she happens to have a song that's featured on Tyler Perry's hit show. Everybody knows how much I love me some Tyler Perry. So make sure you hashtag Tyler Perry. And so without further ado, because I have a lot of questions for this sister, and I want to thank you for spending some time with me today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you for being a special guest. So, Miss Tomea, we were talking behind the scenes. You know, I'm so glad we had that conversation before we started. Because I was under all of the wrong impression, okay? But I'll just say this, and I won't speak too much to it. You know, we all have our special way of pronouncing things, right?
Amen.
That's just in our culture, and that's the beautiful thing about us. So I want, without further ado, to go ahead and ask you the first question, which is, who is Tomea? And tell us a little bit about where you're from, who you are, and what's inspired you to be this great, sultry singer.
I'm from Oak Cliff, Dallas, Texas. Born and raised. Oak Cliff, that's my hood. I don't have to know.
Put it in their face.
Yeah, and get it understood.
Yeah.
I'm inspired by, I've been singing since before I could talk. My mom said that when we were riding in the car one time in my car seat, Anita Ward's Ring My Bell came on, and I started singing the Ring My Bell, and she almost had a wreck because I hadn't talked. And she was like, wait a minute, this baby's singing. So she had to pull over and be like, wait a minute, you can sing. So I've been singing literally since before I could talk, but I'm inspired by literally the greats, the Aretha Franklins, the Patti LaBelle's, the Melissa Morgans, the Anita Bakers, you know, the usual suspects, as I call them, Phyllis Hyman, Angela Bofield, just any number of good singers is who I think.
What about Shaka Khan now? We can't leave her.
Yes, the list on and on. Of course, Auntie Shaka.
Yes.
Of course. And
that is everybody's auntie. Yes.
Yeah, Gladys Knight. Just the list could go on and on and on and on. Regina Bell. I could just keep naming these ladies that are extremely well known and some that are not as well known. But I've always liked music, and so it's who I am. It's who I is.
Love it. I love especially that you shouted out Oak Cliff. We're both from Oak Cliff. So another alignment right there. See, I didn't even know that. So also, being that this is going to be a special segment for Mother's Day, I'm a mother, you're a mother. And what does that mean to you? You know, your daughter or child, I should say, because I'm not sure.
You're right. It's a girl.
Okay. She's watching you do these amazing things. And how does that make you feel as a mom?
How does it? I don't know. Well, you know what? I've always took her with me when I worked. Even before I was doing music full time, when I was teaching, and I was a single mom, and she had to come with me to class. You know, she has always seen me work, and so I hope that I've instilled in her that if it's something you want, work for it. And I have told her, whatever it is you desire in your heart, don't let anybody else and put their expectations of what you should be doing on you and deter you from what your heart desires are. And she's like, Mom, what you mean? I'm like, just follow your heart. Whatever that is. For me, I feel like I'm kind of late coming to the music party, because I did what was expected of me. I went to college. I got a degree in what I was expected to get a degree in. So once I did those things, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna use this gift, which I always use my gift, but in our families, people like, no, you need to get a real job. You need to
There
get
you go. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's not that they didn't support my singing, but they were like, find something else. So if that doesn't work, you can fall back on it. You know,
Exactly.
our parents always, have a plan B, but which is good. And I used to tell my students that have a plan A through Z, but count on your A. Make that work for you because you really can. And everybody's not going to be Beyonce or Patti LaBelle, but there is enough for everybody to be successful in what their God-given thing is.
That's right. Love
Everybody's
it.
not a singer, everybody's not a dancer, everybody's not going to be able to play football. Some people's gift is teaching. Some people's gift is encouragement. Some people's gift is drawing. Some people's gift is building, being an architect, or whatever that thing is that God has given you to do. It's not always going to be, a flashy thing like singing or whatever. But whatever that thing is that God has given you, do it.
Yeah. I love it. Love it. All right. So look, I gotta put some more glitter on this Somebody Lied song. So I gotta ask you, what inspired you to sing that song?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you, I literally wrote that song while doing laundry.
Really?
I was humming. I'm always humming the song, but I was humming it. I was humming, and I was like, "Oh, dang, that sounds like a song." So I pulled my phone out and started recording because I'm the type of songwriter. My best work comes just from the top of my head when I just flow with it. So I was like, "Let me just push my little recorder on my phone," and so I literally sang through the whole song. I haven't changed one thing about it from the first day I did it to recording it in the studio. And it literally, God gave it to me because nobody had lied to me. Nothing had happened. It wasn't, I wasn't mad at my husband, nothing crazy like that. It just literally while I was doing laundry, and I still have the recording on my phone. You can hear the dryer going, you can hear the washer beeping in the recording. And it just came to me.
Yeah, I love the way you said God gave it to you because sometimes we can't just like spontaneously think
Mhm.
of things, right? That are so brilliant in the moment. And it couldn't have been anything less than divine, right? So I
Mhm.
love that. And I guess the next question that should follow naturally is how did you feel once you found out that song was going to be featured on Tyler Perry's hit show, Sistas?
Ooh, well, a story comes with that too. And this girl got most stories. But the person who did my music, well, there's a story with that too, and I'll make it short. But when I wrote the song, I had went to two different musicians here in the Metroplex to create the music for me, and one said they wasn't really their strong suit, and the second one was like, because I was like, I ain't got no money, but you know in the end on the backside, I'm fair. We can split everything 50-50. We can write it in the contract. I just don't have any money now. But whatever comes from it, we're welcome to split it. And they were like, nah. So I went to a third person and he was like, yeah, let me hear what you got. And literally the music that was in my head, he had created. And he was like, here, let me send you. He sent me like 10 different versions of it. He's like, I did a couple of versions. Tell me which one I didn't get past the first one. I was like, that's the one. That is the one right there. And it literally was it. And so from him being my co-writer, he asked me, hey, do you mind if I let one of my friends hear this song? They're looking for music for Empire. And I was like, sure. But he was like, they're kind of looking for neo soul, but we're just gonna send it in anyway. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then a few weeks, maybe a month or two after that is when the news came the Empire was ending. And I was like, oh well, that was fun to hope and dream, whatever. So literally 9 months after we finished the song and I released it online, he called me and said, hey, you're not gonna believe this. I'm like, what? Oh, and his name is Stanley Glenn. I'm saying my co-writer, Mr. Stanley Glenn. He is a super musical genius. Let me say that he's been a touring musician since the age of like 10. He's
Wow.
super amazing. Yeah, he is super amazing. But he called me. He was laughing. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, you're not gonna believe this. He's like, Tyler Perry wants to use our song. And I was like, for real? How you know? Where the paperwork at?
Right? That's awesome.
He was like, well, my boy gonna call me tomorrow and let me know, and we'll do a conference call. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, I'm gonna pray on it. He said, yeah, I'm gonna pray too. So went home. I was riding. I told my husband what he told me, and he was like, oh, that's tight. I was like, well, let's just pray. You know, you don't know in this business until you know. So Tuesday came. That was a Monday. So Tuesday came. We had the conference call, and he was like, yeah, Tyler's gonna use your song. I need you to send me the lyrics, a picture, this, and this, and put this flyer up. And I was like,
Woo.
what? I was like, okay, well, when is he going to use the song? He was like, oh, it's going to air tomorrow. And we was like, what? I said, tomorrow? He was like, yeah, so go ahead and start promoting it. They put it on Twitter and this and that. And so literally I had posted it, but I was like, Lord, if my song don't play Jesus,
Ooh.
so embarrassing, because you know it was literally at that point word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
This is a middleman telling us, hey, Tyler's using your song through a production company, and we were like, oh, okay. We didn't have any paperwork, we didn't have no contracts, which that's frowned upon in the business to the people listening. But this was God, so it was okay. And that next day, Wednesday, my song, and I watched the whole episode, and I'm like, I'm listening. That ain't my song. I'm listening.
Right.
The last scene of the show for the season 1 finale, I was like, that's our song.
So did you have like a party at the house? Did you all kind of like sit around?
It was COVID. It was literally a year ago, April 28th. It made a year that it aired. So we were in the middle of COVID. Like in March, April was heavy COVID. So nobody, we were still like major quarantine.
Right.
Like, groceries, spraying people, not going outside. So we just at home looking crazy.
Right.
It wasn't a party or nothing. It was just me, my mama, my husband, and my daughter. And then my family, people that knew and my friends. But I was like, oh Lord, this it happened. I'm like, wow.
That is fantastic. I mean, it's unfortunate that we were on lockdown, but I mean, you have receipts, honey. You have receipts, and I'm so proud. It's so Oak Cliff, It
was God. It literally, because people started messaging me, how did you do that? What was your contact? And I was like, it was God.
That's right.
Our song was sent in for something else and literally forgot. And even the person who had it placed was like, I forgot about your song. Somebody else was like, hey, they're looking for a song. You have a song. And they actually thought my song was like they thought it was already a hit. That's what they were telling me after the fact.
Because it sounds like it.
They were like, we thought that was like an old song that somebody had resent to us. We thought it was like an Aretha Franklin or somebody. I was like, no, that's me.
Right now, present day. Get it right.
I wrote that in 2015. That's me. But so yeah.
But it does give you that old school feel, honestly.
It does. It's
the old sultry feel that I get, when I listen to that song. I love it.
I think that's probably because that's the era of music that I love. I used to always tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, I was born too late. And she's like, what? I'm like, they don't sing like this no more. I'm the only one that sings like this. And
no, they don't. That's true.
She was like, girl, you were born when you were born at your time. It's gonna be okay. And it took some time, but it's okay.
Look, you here now, baby. You arrived. So let's talk about these 2 singles that are out now. You want to tell everybody about those and where they can find them?
Well, one of which is Somebody Live. And it's available on all digital outlets. So wherever you download your music from, Amazon, wherever, it's there. Tidal, Deezer, Spotify, Pandora, everywhere.
Digital streaming platforms, DSP.
Yes, all digital streaming platforms. And then the second one is entitled I Love You Made Me Change. And it's available as well on all the places. So go and download it. It's only 99 cents or however many cents it is.
Go
We're gonna
support your
download
girl. So everybody in Dallas better go support her. I'm gonna support her. Thank you. I'm glad you're on my show. I didn't even know. Listen, we definitely have to stay linked now. So let's
Yes,
talk about this EP that's dropping
yes,
July 4th. Is that
girl,
right?
girl, yes.
4th. You were just in the studio this week.
I was in the studio where I don't even like being in the studio. That's probably my least fun part of being a singer. But yes, my EP is dropping July 4th. The long awaited um love letters. I may even have to change the title because it's morphed into so many things. But originally it was going to be called Love Letters, but I don't know what it's going to be called now because it got some of everything on there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm
Those
excited.
are the best albums though, because I don't know, you just gotta, well, I know you'll be fine. You'll feel your way through. You have amazing concepts and you have an amazing sound. It's very different.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So basically, if you had an option, right, to do a concert, let's talk about post-COVID. Let's get past all the stuff that we're in right now. If you
Amen.
had an option to do your concert in any country, which country would it be?
It would be here.
Okay.
It was home because my granny not gonna fly across the water to see me. So my first concert would have to be here because my grandmother is not going fooling with them people. So it got to be here. My first one. Now, I would love to do a concert in Africa.
Okay. You know what part of Africa? Have you ever been?
I've never been. I need to go. I'm trying to get back home.
Me too. I'm trying to go back home too. I haven't been there yet either.
No, but I mean, Ghana, South Africa. Ooh, so it's so many beautiful places there.
Yeah, it's all beautiful. I was about to say that. You're right. So, how did you feel when you did your first show, your first real show in front of a large audience?
Excited, ready. Like what took y'all so long to figure out?
My greatness.
I am in fact the bomb. Yeah, just excited and happy. I did my first well, I've done shows all over, but I produced my own show in 2019, which I was planning to continue it on in 2020, but you know what happened. Right. But I was able to get two produced in 2019, and it felt really good. I felt accomplished. I was the boss of everything. I picked everything, had my people to help me, and it was just really exciting. I felt just really accomplished. Like I can do this. Like I can get this bag. Like
period.
Yeah, because as a singer in the Metroplex, people like to limit you and put you in a box and say, well, we only pay bands this much. We only pay singers that much. And I'm like, I know that's a lot. It's so much. I know that there's more. Right. And so if I control the A to the Z, then I can make sure that my band members are paid right. I'm paid right. That my background singers are paid right. That everyone gets a complete show and feeling and leave feeling like I got my money's worth. Like I actually need to pay her a little bit more because she gave me more than my money's worth.
That's right.
So
yeah, the tip said so. And you diverted into my next question in a way. I was going to ask you, what are some of the challenges that you face while being in the music industry?
Well, first of all, being a girl, a woman, people, men, and they'll say, no, I don't have a problem. But a lot of men have an issue with strong women. And they're going to act like they don't. And you probably get it too, being a boss lady, running your own thing. They really take issue when you're direct. when you're sure of yourself, when
That's
you
right.
know what you want, and when you're not there to play.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when you're not going to take any crap either. And it's like, no, because if I was a man, if my name was Tommy, like
Right.
my daddy, you would say, oh, he's a go-getter.
That's right. That's
Strong. He's no nonsense. He's a straight talker. He shoots from the hip.
mm-hmm.
But because I'm a woman, I'm a B. She got an attitude.
Are you difficult?
She
That's
bossy.
a term I get. Yeah.
And it's not, I'm not bossy. I'm a boss. I am the
Exactly.
boss. Matter of fact, of all of this, I am the boss. It's been times where at venues, the people will try to circumvent me and go to, because my band is all male.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and my background singers at a point were all male. So it was all the guys and me. And they would try to circumvent me and go to my sound guy, go to my keyboard player. And I'm sitting here watching, and each one of them be like, no, man, she the boss. Go, talk to her. I don't know.
Right.
Go to the next person, talk to her. I don't know. Go to the drummer, talk to her. I don't know. And then when they finally come to me and they like, well,
Look, now all of us women, especially Black women, have gone through what you're going through and have gone through, unfortunately. And that's no shade to the men that's watching this show tonight either, and who will watch it. But it's true. We need to just see things the way they are and take the sex out of it. You know what I mean? A person is a person. And she's a boss. Listen, look at what she's doing, y'all. She's like, in fact, you took the words out of my mouth. I wanted to say that earlier. I was like, look at all this. I'm so proud of you, girl. And I never met you in real life. It's so refreshing, though, to meet women on the same level of thinking about their business and getting things done, despite what society or anybody has to say. Because we got to keep pushing forward no matter what.
That's it.
What anybody thinks.
That's it.
Yeah, you got to make your dreams come true. So I love that. Love it. And I'm sure you're not the only woman. You won't be the first or the last woman that's going to go through things in the music industry. And people that are watching, you'd be surprised some of the things that people have had to do who are at the level of success where they would like to be, what they had to do just to get there. That's a segment for a whole other time.
That's a whole other time, because I got some stories. Woo. We might have to talk off camera on that one.
Exactly. So let's talk about a little bit on the upside, your support team. Like, who are some of the people that you want to just shout out and just show some love to for being there in your corner?
Oh, I got so many people. I don't want to miss no names. Jesus. Okay. Because I'm like, I have some of the best friends and family members. First, my husband, who is also my drummer. A lot of people don't know that. But my husband, when I first stopped working in schools and he was like, well, if you want to do it, do it. Let's do the stuff, what you need to do. So he has been like that push in my back, like, go for it. Like, these girls don't sing better than you, no way. Go for it.
Period. I love it.
You might be lying, but whatever. It sounded good to me. Yeah. So, okay. My mom, my dad, my brother, my little brother, he always tells somebody, my sister can sing. Y'all need to book my sister, even though he gets on my nerves. But all little brothers get on their big sister's nerves. It's written into the whole system. That's how it works. Yeah. My friend Guy Sims, my friend Dwayna Brooks. Oh man, all of my Eastern Star sisters, Joy, Trinice, all of my high school classmates that have come to my shows. All of the promoters that have worked with me that I haven't had to cuss out.
That you haven't had any problems with, and they
I have not had to cuss out, which I've done good, because since 2017, I have not cussed out anybody that owns any venues. So praise God.
Yes, praise Him.
Oh, shout out to the attaché, Jason and Denise Stafford, the owners of the attaché, my boy Q Coleman. Just so I could go on and on and on listing people, like, because I know somebody gonna be like, you didn't say my name.
You know it. So basically what she's saying, everybody who has ever purchased her albums, been there to her concerts, pushed her and said, girl, you can do it. My friend, my sister, my wife can sing, all of that. She thanks you.
All of that, like and they know who they are because I tell them when I'm with them, I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Because you know,
and that's the reason why you'll continue to
don't have
be
to.
blessed. Yeah, that's why you'll continue to be blessed too. Because a lot of people, as they climb the ladder, they forget all the little people. They forget about those people who have been there.
How you supposed to stay? I mean, and that's what I don't know how people think they're without the people you can't make it.
Exactly.
If I don't have people to buy the tickets or to download, then I'm just a girl just singing. I'm not a recording artist or whatever because nobody's buying my stuff. So you never and I know I pray that I'll get to a point where I can't hug every person, but I want to know in my heart that I feel them and I appreciate them.
Definitely. I love that too. And let me ask you this then. Where do you see your singing career in 2022, girl? Because you know so much changes within 30 to 60 days. So just next year, where do you see your singing career?
Next year I plan to be a touring musician. I plan to have more TV and movie placements for my music. And my songs. I plan to be working on my next album and releasing that. I plan for my current release in July to be climbing the charts as an independent artist, to just be doing well and having the desires of my heart.
Yes, I love that so much. And you know what? As an independent artist, it's not easy. And people, they sit back and they watch the success, but they don't know all the grit and the work and the sacrifice that you make. Especially, knowing that you're a wife and mother. That alone in itself, 2 separate jobs, on top of what you're doing and trying to follow your dreams and your passion. So big ups and kudos to you for that. That's a lot. It takes a lot of ambition, dedication, prayer to be where you are, and then you're striving to be even greater. So definitely sending positive vibes your way for this year and the years to come with your music. You're amazing. And definitely before I let you go, I want you to shout out all your handles. You already shouted out all your people. But we can come support you and share your information.
Hey, what is my stuff? On Facebook, it's TomeaNem, TomeaNem. My Instagram is also TomeaNem. My Cash App is too. Okay. My website is TomeaNem.com. And my YouTube is you can type in my name Tomea or MsMeaC, MsMeaC letter C. And y'all please subscribe to my YouTube so I can get control of the page. I need 1,000 people so I can, do the stuff like I need to do.
Yes, I'm so done. Thank you so much for being a special guest on the Sistas Talk podcast. I look forward to seeing you on TV. I look forward to hearing your songs featured in many shows to come. Who knows? Maybe even Power 3. Because they're working on that right now. Shout out to John Harper, the Muse. He just got landed a segment on Power 3. So I'm super excited for him. Shout out to all of our listeners who always like, comment, and share and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Make sure you go subscribe to Tomea's YouTube channel as well. She has 2 ways to reach her. So look at the bottom of the screen. Go ahead and type that into your little search engine and hit the subscribe and turn on those post notifications, because when she adds a new video, you'll be notified. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next Sunday. Not this Sunday now, because it's Mother's Day. I won't be on. Okay. I just want to let y'all know what's going on. Okay. But the following Sunday, we'll be back. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Thank you.